Alicia, and we are here again with Speak It's Your Voice. And I remember what we call last season or last set of videos, we were having a lot of in-depth conversations and a lot of co-hosting. So now it's going to be a little different, and we're going to have persons coming in, doing interviews with us, sharing their passionate views on some of the topics, not necessarily a straight topic because we're going to differ sometimes. But today, this is just me reintroducing you to speak because it's your voice. So I'm going to speak because it's my voice, so you can understand, the journey, where I came from and how I got here, or to a certain point understand it. As you know, my book, Silent War for Love, shares a lot of stories, or it depicts a lot of events in my life from past that I've struggled or have struggled through and needed healing from. And as I get older, as time go on, and I continuously decide that, you know what, I'm not going to be quiet anymore, I find that I'm becoming lighter, I'm becoming freer from the things that once hold me in my past. So what I'm going to share with you is my beginning. I know I shared it in one of my videos, hence why I had, I'm connected with so many of you already. I'm going to share with you how it all started. Yes, you heard a little bit from the time I was 4 years old. And there was this man of the family, or friend of the family, basically. He came to me and he asked me, do you want me to be your dad? And I'm just 4 years old. I'm like, yes. And I used to see my cousins with their dads and their family, and I felt really left out because I didn't have a dad and my mom was hardly around at the time. And he said, we're gonna do a lot of special daddy and girl things together, and he gave me a toffee, and I went about my boat by myself, playing and stuff. And this is where it gets honest. And he would come every evening, the cool of the evening. There was a tree close by where we used to live. There was a cemetery, and then there was a tree that a lot of people would go under and relax and stuff, but you can hide under it. And he would basically tell me, I needed to have oral sex with him, basically drink from his private parts, because I needed to get milk from his private parts in order to get strong. And I remember every day he would make me do this and make me swallow, and it tasted really, really, really bad. And I didn't understand that these things were wrong. And then he got to the point where he used to finger me and rub me, rub my private areas, and it would hurt, but I didn't understand it was wrong, because he's saying to me as an adult, I'm a child, that these are the things that you do when you love someone, when you want to show them your affection and show them that you care about them. And sometimes some of the things would hurt, because then he would try to penetrate me with his penis, and I would always tell him that it hurt, and it got to the point where I got tired, and I would tell him that, I don't want to drink any of the milk because it tastes bad. And I remember at that time I was going to primary school, and they used to give you milk, and I'm wondering, this tastes different than the milk that I'm being told I have to drink. But obviously I'm just a little child. I don't, no one is teaching me anything other than this man or this friend of the family. And while I'm sharing this with you, my thoughts are, how have this really affected my journey or affected my sexual life when it comes to a partner throughout the years? When I think about it, I personally, I didn't not want to have oral with any partner that I had. I was willing to do it because for me at the time, it was what I was told. This is how you show love. This is how you show them that you appreciate them. So I always did continue to do that. I mean, at some points I didn't want to, because, I just didn't want to. How then have this really affected me when it comes to even sex or having a man touch me. When I look back at it, it didn't affect me to the point where I didn't want to have sex. It was the opposite for me. I was in overdrive. I felt like I needed to have sex all the time, no matter what. And at the time, I should say, I was, going to church, Christian. I gave my life to God, and it was a struggle because no one in the church is telling me that, abstain or keep from this or keep from that, as I share in my book, and some of you would read my experiences with the church as well. It's how do you put it? I'm trying to find the word, but I don't think there's actually a word to express the struggle that I've had sexually or viewing myself. I know at some point though, when I got older, this is in my teenage years, I felt really ugly. I felt really, really, really ugly. I mean, I was told that I was ugly as a child growing up, but I felt really ugly having a man touch my body at some point, because I know, or a woman, because, as you would read in my book, my experiences there as well. It have affected me to the point, yes, that I felt ugly, but I didn't know why I felt ugly, why I didn't want a man to touch me sometimes, or why I would withdraw into myself and I would shut off or shut down. Someone asked me a couple of years ago, did you ever enjoy being raped or being molested? How do you enjoy something that's wrong? For me, I didn't know it was wrong, but I wouldn't tell you that I enjoy it either. I know it was painful and it was exhausting. I know I was very tired a lot from what happened. And, I know for people who ask that question are people who don't understand, or who've never been raped or been abused or been molested in their life. So they ask really insensitive questions. But no, you don't enjoy it. Do your body react if someone is touching you? Yes, your body is you're not dead. You're not dead, your body do react. It responds to being touched, but that doesn't mean you're not struggling with fear of being killed when this person finished rape you, or you're not having fear like, oh my God, I'm gonna contract a disease because this person just raped me, or I feel hurt that this person that I love, this family member, they took advantage of me, they fingered me, they touched me, they violate my body, my private areas. Right now in my mind, as I sit here, I know now that I'm not in that place I was before. I'm not affected like I was before, emotionally or mentally, when it comes to sex and being open about it, or talking about my sexuality and what I like and what I don't like. But I know before it started to affect me in my teenage years and as I got older. So this is what Speak It's Your Voice is going to be about more. It's about sharing more in depth, more details of the experiences we've been through, and really questioning ourselves, how are we really managing? How are you really getting through being in a relationship? Like someone asked me, how could you end up marrying? Like I said, the abuse that I've been through didn't affect me in the way where I withdrew completely and didn't want to be touched or any such like. It affected me in a way where I was in overdrive, like this was the way you're supposed to live. So, you can leave your comments if you wish. You can send in your stories if you want me to share on them and for us to talk about it. But, this is what it's about. It's about giving you back your voice. So I'm going to speak and I'm going to help you gain back your voice this way. So I did tell you it's going to be epic, and I did tell you it's going to be different. And it is different. So we're going to see you next week. Hopefully our invited guests, they do make it next week, so that it can be more, intimate and more interactive for you, and you can really go away with something. All right, so speak because it's your voice. Bye.